How would you feel if your neighborhood were to be declared as a military firing zone and you were forced to leave your home? That's exactly the situation today in firing zone 918 in the South Hebron Hills, a 25-minute drive from the major Israeli city of Be'er Sheva.
حدا قرر على إنه بيتي يطلق منطقة إطلاق نار. يعني شو بدهم مني؟ هذا بيتي وأنا طول حياتي عايش فيه. شو بدهم مني؟
This isn't an exaggeration. An eviction just like this took place in 1999.
بتذكر انهم اجونا العصر، بدنا 5-6 بيوت،
وجونا مثلا جونا عند الصبح هيك، واحنا يعني الساعه هذيك الحين قايمين من النوم،
وحملوا كل شيء عندنا حملوه،
يعني واخر شيء يحملوا الاولاد الصغار وياخذوهم منا ويقول لنا يلا امشوا ورانا، اخر شيء يكبوهم في سوسي عند
راحوا عنا، واحنا والله لا ضلينا نايمين في النجي
على الارض، نمنا على ولا شيء.
They were only able to return to their homes following a legal battle by the Association of Civil Rights in Israel and advocate Shlomo Leker. And since then, they've lived there in harsh conditions and strict limitations. In the years since then, there have been hundreds of demolitions of homes, water cisterns, storage units, cattle shelters, and more. All this while unauthorized and illegal settler outposts are constantly expanding and settler violence in the area ravages on, all of which is met with total silence. There are currently demolition orders on 4 schools and all of the medical clinics in the firing zone. So how did this happen? In the 80s, Israel declared this area of the South Hebron Hills as firing zone 918. Overnight, residents of 12 Palestinian villages all became illegal aliens on their own land, and since then have been forced to fight an exhausting legal battle for their right to live there.
الجيش بتعمدوا يجوا يتدربوا، حتى لو بدهم مش يتدربوا بتعمدوا يتدربوا في جانب بيتنا مشان يخوفوا الاولاد يلعبونا، زي عمليه تخويف إنه تهجير، مشان نشرد بدون يعني مي، ويلعبوا الاولاد ويطلقوا قنابل في الليل عليها صوت قوي، بسوي رجه رجه في البيت تبعي، يعني طول الليل لما بتدرب بضل الولاد صاحيين وقاعدين.
Let's be honest. The state of Israel doesn't really need to evict people from their homes in order to train the military. Around a third of Israel's land is currently taken up by firing zone, and according to the organization Kerem Navot, 80% of the firing zones in the occupied territories are currently not in use. So why is the government so intent on fighting this legal battle to throw people out of their homes? The real reason for the eviction efforts in firing zone 918 was recently revealed in the minutes of a ministerial settlement committee meeting from 1981, when the then agricultural minister Ariel Sharon said, in light of that phenomenon, the spreading of the Arab villages on the mountainside toward the desert, we have an interest in expanding and enlarging the firing zones there in order to keep these areas, which are so vital, in our hands. Since 1967, successive Israeli governments have used the IDF and its soldiers as an excuse to forcibly transfer the Palestinian population. Now is the time to act. The IDF has no shortage of training areas. Don't use the soldiers as an excuse. Join the struggle to stop the forced eviction from firing zone 918.